We're discovering cities. हर शहर का एक character है, एक व्यक्तित्व है, एक culture है. Every city has a language, and so we're discovering those cities, their language, their character, their culture, along with their food through a medium of treasure hunting. Now, treasure normally is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Here, the pot of gold is food and food memories. So that brings the whole show together into a bigger and a better space, which is, it's not just food, it's treasures.
Treasures, okay. Prachi, what's your take on that? Food and treasure hunt, how does that go together?
I think people are going to be in for a super surprise, because who imagines treasure and food together, right? I always thought it's more about gems, stones and stuff like that, and I love treasure hunts and I love food. I'm a foodie. So I really want to see how this goes in together.
Well, chef,
with आज की lifestyle में क्या ना, you eventually end up indulging, क्योंकि आप घर पे हमेशा तो रहते नहीं हो, आप travel करते हो, shoot करते हो, तो eventually you end up indulging, और बाद में फिर आपको घर आके guilty feel होता है, फिर आपको लगता नहीं घर पे, I need to figure out my cravings,
right,
and not over crave at home. But with the air fryer, you can do whatever you do best. Let me just clean up and be back.
People would have thought of. It's a product, it's a passion, and it's people behind it. So the giants, Zoom, TGIF, Philips, and the chef really got together, not because they wanted to do something, they wanted to create a phenomenon. And that's what created this. For year after year, it's grown in strength. For us, basically, it is basically the consumer experience, as I said, and also the ease of doing things, because the family has to be happy, the individual has to be happy, and the individual has to be independent. Today, whatever we bring into the market makes the family, makes the individual user safe and also independent and happy. And that's what we want to see, the smile on the consumer's face. For us, the product is important, but the smile on the consumer's face is much more important than anything else. 9 when it sold millions across the globe, we didn't bring the product into the country because the awareness was not there. We ourselves were not convinced that this product should be brought in boxes and should be sold. No. So the team sitting in the front row got the product into the country, at least 100 of them, and then gave it to various people who are passionate about cooking. And not just the celebrities, who are passionate about cooking. They really got into what is called for Indian way of cooking with that. Because if you're not convinced, you're not going to buy it, you're not going to use it. My own example, my father at that point of time was 75 years old, and I had a son, I still have the guy, and my son was 15 years old at that point of time. So there used to be a tussle at home. My father used to say, air fryer, I mean, you might be working in that company, I don't believe in this. And my mother was the biggest opponent. The lady sitting there, she used to push this because she was the category manager. And every day and day out, boss, agar aapne nahi kharida to ye product kaise bikega bahar jaake? And I couldn't convince my folks. But once my son could convince my mother, today, maybe tomorrow or day after, I'll order for a second air fryer, the first air fryer is out of shape. So that's how the family uses, and we could convince because they are not using because it's a great product, because it gives them experience. It has given them independence. It has given them independence to use it 24/7, safety-wise, product-wise, anything. Whether from a samosa to my son's chicken or anything, it makes a huge difference. So that's where the product is all about. It's not only air fryer, it's soup maker, it's juicer, it's a lot of products which we are bringing in.
3 of Philips air fryer, thank God it's Friday. Why third season? I think after the second season, when we went back to our foodie viewers, we realized that there was a lot of craving for more. And that's when we decided that we should go in for the third season. After really going in for the third season, we approached Chef Ranveer, and he was gracious enough to say that he will be partnering with us again. After that, we obviously approached Philips. Thanks for having the faith and joining us again in this third edition. So what's new in this third edition is that, of course, like we believe, we would up the benchmarking of the quality programming that we give you at Zoom. So obviously, apart from the culinary expert that you get from Chef